I want to talk for a minute about prayerfully and intentionally choosing your songs. I talk to enough worship leaders that I know that most of us do this most of the time, but sometimes, like going into the Christmas season, like we're about to, it can be difficult. Sometimes we're just throwing stuff in or stuff's on a schedule, and some of that I think is okay, but man, be praying over your songs because you never know the impact they might have. And I think it's good to be reminded. I was reminded last weekend about why that's important. So, this last weekend, I was leading worship for a missions event. So we have a missions event at our church where we had Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with different missionaries in doing different activities and sharing their stories, and really great event. We ended it on Sunday morning in our Sunday morning services, and I finished out the service with Carrie Job's song "The Cause of Christ." Now, that song was not originally scheduled for that service. I scheduled my songs about a month out, and about a week before the event, I, for some reason, thought I just need to. I need to change the song. We need to end with the cause of Christ, and so I changed it in Planning Center, sent it to my team. I didn't think anything else of it until after the first service a missionary named Greg came up to me and said, "Caleb, what's the name of that song? I need that song. I believe that song is why God asked me to be here today." I thought, what are you talking about? And so I gave him the name of the song, and then he explained. He said, I am working with pastors. This guy develops pastors all over the world. He said, I'm working with pastors right now in Ukraine, and we're having a conference in June of next year. And in that conference, I'm going to be working with missionaries, with pastors who are are giving literally everything they have to the cause of Christ. And if you don't know that song, the chorus says, "For this cause I live, for this cause I would die. I surrender all to the cause of Christ." So these people are actually doing that. You and me like to think we're doing that. These guys are giving up everything, because in the last year, pastors in that area, in that war-torn area, have been taking people in. They've been feeding people. They've been giving of their time, their talent, their treasure, everything they have. He said this is really going to resonate and encourage hundreds of pastors that you will never meet. Now listen, I didn't do anything special. I didn't even lead the song. Someone else sang the song. So I'm not saying any of this to say how great I am. All I'm saying is, you never know you never know who's on the other side of your obedience. I had a pastor that used to say, you never know who's on the other side of your obedience. And listen, you never know, Carrie Job, when she wrote and recorded that song, didn't know that it was to encourage Ukrainian pastors years later. When my church decided to have this event, we didn't know that it would influence hundreds of pastors. We thought we might be able to give to a few, but we're going to influence hundreds of pastors because we sang the song, because we had a missionary come in and hear it. So you never know who's on the other side of your obedience. You never know what God's going to do with the songs that you choose. It doesn't have to be a song that you wrote. We didn't write that song. Carrie Job did. I've never met her. We just sang it. We just led it. We did it with excellence. We did it prayerfully. So be prayerful, be intentional with how you choose songs, because it is important and it will have an impact.